Can you hear me? Oh, perfect. It works now. Hey, I hope all you're well. It's the last day of the conference. I hope you're well, energized, and that right now we're eager to dive in for the last day and make a major announcement of what we regard to be a huge unlock for the Avalanche ecosystem. I'm Thodoris, as mentioned before. I'm a blockchain partnerships manager at Chainlink Labs, and I'm here with Max, who will join me on stage in a little bit. Now, I want to quickly dive into some very short history of Chainlink and Avalanche. Ever since the launch of Chainlink data feeds back in July 2021, Avalanche and Chainlink have been great partners in creating a data-rich environment for developers to build, to innovate on, and for verticals like DeFi and GameFi and all others to grow exponentially. Today, we have more than 70 feeds available on Avalanche for everyone to use, everyone to call on. And we've seen more than 30 million calls in those feeds for data points that are then used to enable almost 2 trillion in USD in transaction volume. This is a massive number indeed. Now, at the same time, Chainlink VRF is utilized close to 390,000 times by protocols requiring a random number, and automation supports 26,000 jobs on the Avalanche ecosystem. Through these services, Chainlink supports the needs of all developers on the Avalanche ecosystem, regardless of the vertical, regardless of the use case, whether it's in DeFi, in GameFi, or wherever. On top of the value added with these services, on top of the value added with these products and the success they had, Avalanche and Chainlink have pushed the envelope in 2 strategic initiatives. One, the integration of Chainlink Proof of Reserve in the Avalanche bridge, an addition that increases the transparency and security for asset issuers, for developers, and for end users. And 2, the participation of Avalanche in the Chainlink Scale program, through which it accelerates the data breadth, the breadth of data available for the developer ecosystem on Avalanche, which again creates that very virtuous circle between innovation, more users, more protocols, more value for the ecosystem. All that results into what we regard as massive and very happy success for us. Hundreds of protocols are integrating Chainlink services on Avalanche, and we see very prominent protocols trusting Chainlink services, data feeds, VRF, and automation for the success of their protocol. A massive thank you to them and to every other protocol that is using our service and trusting what we deliver. But as I mentioned before, the last 2 years have been great, yes, but I'm not here to talk only about the past. We are here to drop some alpha. And for that, I think the best person to deliver that is Max. Max, if you can come on stage, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thodoris. Great to see everybody. It's really great to be here. We've had an amazing time at this conference so far, speaking with developers at the Chainlink booth. Developers have been top of mind for Chainlink since the very beginning. And one of the pieces of feedback we continually receive is that there's a big problem with getting data on chain. It's something we've spent a lot of time focusing on. And so there's a big missing piece. And when we look at the missing piece, we look at all the data that exists in Web 2, right? Price feeds brought financial data on chain, but there's so much more. Weather data, sports data, health data, IoT data. There's a number of data sources out there that people want to bring into their smart contracts. Let's talk about developers for a second. 30,000 active Web3 devs. Now that's pretty impressive, but it pales in comparison to the 30 million devs worldwide. And so that's a number we look at and we say, how do we get these Web 2 developers into the Web 3 ecosystem? Chainlink Hackathon, which by the way is currently running for spring, so sign up. 80% of the projects, 80% of the winners of our hackathon use a solution called AnyAPI. Now, AnyAPI is a solution that Chainlink launched roughly 4 years ago, and it allowed you in a simple Solidity line to put a URL and a JSON parse path and get variables from Web 2 into your Web3 smart contract. But what are developers telling us when 80% of them are using this solution? They want more Web2 data. How do we enable this? And how do we enable it on Avalanche? Well, we've been working on a product for a little over a year now. And at ETH Denver, we made the announcement about it. And we have another announcement today. Chainlink Functions. So what is Chainlink Functions? Chainlink Functions is a serverless development platform that allows you as a developer to control the data that's coming to your smart contract. So you write the code that the oracles execute in JavaScript. You say, I want to go pull 5 APIs. I want to take the median. I want to read a variable from a different blockchain. In JavaScript code, for the first time, developers have control of the node network and what data comes on chain. No talking to Chainlink Labs, no going to the Discord to try to find a node operator, serverless. Trust minimized, and you can set it up in minutes. And the best part about this, it's built off the battle-tested Chainlink node network. Decentralized node operators. And I think that's important. Decentralized from the very beginning. This is not a roadmap item that we hope to achieve later. This is day one on testnet, decentralized. Blockchain agnostic, why is that important at the Avalanche Summit? Because we just got done hearing a talk about subnets and how important subnets are and how more and more subnets are being spun up every day. It's important that we build with this architecture in mind. We've got a whole document section, and I'm not going to go through a technical explanation here. But the point is, it's very simple to get started with Chainlink Functions. You write JavaScript code, and a couple lines of code, you can send your code to the Oracle contract, have each node execute that code in a sandbox environment, come to consensus on a result, and return that result back into your smart contract on chain. Now, we are very fortunate to be launching this with a few very special partners. AWS, Google, and Meta already live with examples. Music, ThirdWeb, who's here, and Block Shoals have already gotten started, and those examples are available on usechainlinkfunctions.com. We are seeing some very, very exciting projects built with Chainlink Functions, and this is just the start for what we have planned. So we're very, very excited. Now, the announcement for today, Chainlink Functions is now live on Avalanche testnet. So as of today, you can get started testing with Chainlink Functions. We're incredibly excited to have more and more developers get their hands on this. Personally, this has been something that I've been wanting for a long time. We've heard from the developer community the same, and we're just so incredibly excited to share it with you today. So go ahead, get started hacking, and we can't wait to hear from you guys. Thank you.